Live online. Ladies and gentlemen, Hot Chelle Rae is here. Hello? Hey. Hello, Hot Chelle Rae. Actually, 75% of Hot Chelle Rae is here because RK is down for the count. What's going on?
It's like a Hot Chelle Rae.
It's Hot Chelle Rae.
He woke up this morning and was feeling very, very ill. So
we wanna play the show tonight and make it all go smoothly. So he's kind of resting up and making sure his voice can survive the show.
So, obviously, RK, we hope you feel better for tonight, but the show goes on.
Always.
So it's great to have you guys. You're on tour with the Script, doing some dates with the Script, including tonight. Quickly, how's it going? How's the tour going? How the show's going?
Man, it's amazing. We started this thing about 6 weeks ago, and we've had a blast with them. We've had a blast playing the theaters and the venues that we've gotten to, be in front of, and the audiences have been amazing. So we're loving it.
They're the nicest guys ever.
The Script, the cool guys.
We play their foosball table all the time.
Nice.
He likes their foosball table more than them.
Dig it. Are you good? Are you any good?
He'd like to think so.
Good.
Have you gotten good?
I have. They're on a different level entirely, though.
It's hilarious because they bring it with them on tour.
They make like $40 bets. Like, there's money on the table when you walk up.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
This is serious foosball.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next time you come in, we're having a foosball tournament. We'll set it up right over here, and we'll get crazy.
You're not.
I will
ready.
be in the cheering section.
Woo! All right, so let me back up here and try to cover what's happening. Hot Chelle Rae, RK and Jamie, you're brothers. Is that right? RK and Jamie
Yes.
are brothers.
They are.
The one that is not here is
one
my
that got
brother.
RK and Jamie are brothers. And RK, Jamie, and Nash, all sons of songwriters in Nashville. Is that right? Is that how that works?
As
Four
well
of
as
us.
Ian, yeah. We're all.
And then Ian, your dad was a Grammy-winning guitarist, or is a Grammy-winning guitarist.
Yeah.
So musical roots abound here.
Indeed.
Yeah, for sure.
Tell me what that's like. You're growing up with all this musical influence in your family there in Nashville. What's that all about?
It's something that we all really, really appreciate. I mean, a lot of people ask us like if it was difficult, coming up with parents in the industry, or if they, suggest that we don't follow, in music, because it's like a really difficult profession. But it's something. Growing up in it, I think, kind of can't help but do it. It's something that we loved. We loved being around our whole lives. We all started playing instruments when we were young, started writing songs. And, honestly, it's been great having that support and having their knowledge, because you can just ask them questions about just about anything, and they got your back,
Yeah, it makes it way easier than having a dad who doesn't do anything like what you do and try to be like, I can actually make it in music. And I'm like, yeah, right. Now go to school and get a job. Right. So it made it easier on us being, they have experienced that and they've lived through the success and know that you can actually achieve it and know how to go about doing that.
Well, like you said, there are ups and downs. Was there ever any time that they said, no, you don't want to be in music, you should really think about something else, or was it always very supportive? Or
They've always really been great and supported us and really believed in us. And even when we were playing some pretty horrific music looking back.
Yeah? Back in the day, back in the early days?
Oh, man. There were some moments when each of us were about 15 that I'm sure should never be shown or see the light of day.
So I think I'm right in saying that Jamie and Nash met first. Is that right?
I actually met Ryan.
You met Ryan first.
I was working in a music store selling guitars.
Okay.
He came into the store, and we had a mutual friend. We were right out of high school, and we started writing songs together. And then
clicked off the bat kind of thing, just instantly?
Yeah, I mean, after the first pool game we played, and he swung the stick around the room and almost hit me in the face because he missed a shot. After that, it was smooth sailing.
Yeah. And then you guys came in later on, and there was a first band. Was it? I wrote it down here. Miracle Drug. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Sad
but
true.
Yeah.
Anything you want to tell us about Miracle Drug early on?
No.
Not at all. You know what? We put in a lot of groundwork with Miracle Drug. We went and played Panama City and walked to the beach with a boombox playing our bad music for people who were completely out of our demographic, asking them to come to our shows.
And probably hammered, too.
And
Guaranteed.
yeah, absolutely. And it never worked.
Right.
Nobody came to the shows because they heard the boombox on the beach.
Right.
But we worked at it, at least.
So what year are we talking about here? What year would that be, do you think?
We started in 2005 with Miracle Drug. Probably became Hot Chelle Rae around 2007, late 2006.
Okay. And there is a story about Hot Chelle Rae. Was Chelle Rae some kind of fan, quote unquote, a fan?
She was
Something
a
like
dedicated fan. We like to say to be nice.
Another
but
way of saying stalker, I think, is what you're
She
saying.
was a stalker.
Yeah, back in the days of MySpace.
MySpace says it all.
Yep, her handle was Chelle Rae,
And Nash did it.
and she loved Nash.
I didn't do it. We never met her, so I couldn't have done it.
He did something.
He did something wrong.
Like, what kind of experiences are we talking about? She would just show up at the hotel, or show up at the
No,
show?
we
or-
never met her. She lived this this false reality, this false life via the internet, and even like texting and like, I mean, this is something that went on for a couple years.
It was probably Tom from MySpace just trying experiments.
Getting bored.
Remember
But
Tom-
Tom
he
had
was
some
like-
hot pictures. Let's be honest.
Tom was all of our first friends on MySpace, I think.
He
way
used
back
to be
when.
so cool.
Nah, he was never cool.
I don't think so.
I mean, he had the most friends.
That's what happens when you own a multi-billion-dollar company.
So Hot Chelle Rae becomes Hot Chelle Rae, and off to the races we go. I wrote something down here that I thought was interesting. I think it was Jamie's. Again, a lot of this is off of your page, off of Google. I Googled Hot Chelle Rae. I think it's Jamie's dad said that writing songs is a lot like a baseball player's batting average.
Yes.
That they all can't be home runs, like a player in the major leagues. You're going to strike out.
Pretty
you're gonna
much
hit some.
exactly like that. Not every song is going to be an A. You're never gonna write all hit songs. If you can, let me know.
Right.
But it is definitely a craft that you have to hone.
So the moral of the story is you got to write a lot of songs.
Oh yes.
A lot of songs. So for this upcoming album, whatever, how many would you say that you wrote altogether?
Man, we started kind of writing a little bit around this time last year, but really kicked into gear. We recorded Tonight in November, and we put it out. We were kind of like done with the first record, and we were like, all right, we could get the single out, and let's crank out the rest of the record. So we wrote for a few months really consistently between New York, L.A., Denver, Nashville. And probably wrote 20 songs that we really liked, probably like 40 songs overall, and just threw away the weaker ones as we wrote more and more, and we're narrowing it down to 12 or 11 for the record.
So how does that happen? I mean, who takes the lead in writing? How does the inspiration come about? I mean, are you out screwing around one night and you got a great idea for a song? Is it a lot about relationships? I mean, what's the deal?
I think we screwed around for about a year and got a really good inspiration for I Like It Like That. For sure. It's kind of any incarnation of us writing with several of our friends and producers and really talented writers that we know. So it can be different every time.
I do want to mention the new album is Whatever, comes out on November 29th. We talked about writing a bunch of songs to get hits. Tonight, a huge hit, number one hit. What's that like to have a number one? That's got to be crazy, right?
Insane. We
Yeah.
all vowed that we would get the Zach Galifianakis tattoo from the video if it did go number one.
Hey, let
How's
the
that
record
going?
show I did not
and
make
now,
that vow.
And now I'm regretting that.
Are you going to show it off for us today? You going to pull it out? What's
I
up?
don't have it yet, but
We haven't been home long enough to get a tattoo appointment.
I might get it on like my ankle, so hopefully no one ever
Oh,
sees
Jamie,
it.
please don't do that.
Well, we
Do
said
it. Do it. Ian's
We'll see
scared
what
of tattoos. It's okay.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't have any.
I got to give you props for getting the word Galifianakis into a song. I mean, how did that happen?
That we're
Is
gonna
there
have
anything
to.
that rhymed?
We got to give that one to Evan Bogart, one of the guys that we wrote the song with, and he is crazy genius with like just weird, quirky words. And if anyone could have put that into a song, it was him. And like, I can't believe it rhymed and actually flowed, but it did.
He's a closet rapper.
Is he? So he could probably beatbox like we were beatboxing before. He could
Oh,
probably
yeah.
throw down.
Oh yeah.
Fair to say this is your first huge monster hit, Tonight. Do you remember the first time you heard it on the radio? Did you freak out?
We actually knew it was going to be played on the radio. We played it for a friend of ours who's a program director, and we were at dinner, and he was like, I'm going to leave dinner and go to the station and put it on. So, it's going to be on in like 10 minutes.
Right.
So we sat in the car, put our phone up, videotaped ourselves listening to it, geeking out.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's on YouTube.
That's great.
So, as you're all sitting on your computers, you can go Google that.
The next single, I Like It Like That, you guys are teaming up with New Boys, which on the surface seems like a bit of an odd collaboration, but it seems to work. The song is pretty good.
Yeah, when we were playing some summer and spring shows earlier this year, we hung out with them a bunch, and they were on a bunch of the shows, and we would go out and kick it at night, and they were just really cool, really fun to be around, and they're awesome rappers, and we were trying to figure out who should be the feature, and their name came up, and we're like, absolutely, let's make it happen. And they killed it. We love what they did to the song.
A bunch of hometown boys from Nashville hanging out with a bunch of rappers.
Yep.
But it works.
Complete
It works.
natural.
It works. It sounds good. Again, the new album is whatever. It comes out November 29th. I can't let you go without mentioning that. Does everybody know that Nash's brother is on Glee? Plays the part of Sam.
One person does.
You know everything, don't you? Super fan in the front row. When are you guys going to be on the show? You got to make that happen. The connection.
I know. It was interesting because tonight we were like, oh, what if that can get us on the show, and they can cover the song or however. And the season ended kind of right before the song peaked. So let's hope that this next season they hit us up and want to have us out there.
You got to get on there.
It'd be fun.
You guys should take off to the stratosphere. From Nashville, a pop group in Nashville. It's got to be an interesting kind of thing because it's commonly seen as a country music capital.
And it seems like a lot of people outside, especially like the further you get away from Nashville, people are so shocked by the fact that we play pop music from Nashville. But
Right.
It's definitely like in the past few years grown in like multiple genres. I mean, you even have hip hop coming out of Nashville now. Some good friends of ours are some rappers, and then there's a lot of rock, and there's a little bit of everything. And it's actually a really great place just for music in general.
Yeah, you've got Kings of Leon are from Tennessee. Kesha, you got Paramore. So there's definitely a good scene that's being developed, and we're really happy to be part of it and kind of represent Nashville.
And you guys are friendly with Taylor Swift, we should mention.
Yeah, we're actually touring with her in Australia in March.
I was going to mention that.
So,
Looking forward to it, I'm sure, yeah?
It's going to be a blast.
Have you been to Australia before, or is this the first time?
Yeah, we toured there in July of 2010 with Boys Like Girls, and it was like I think unanimously is our favorite.
Some of the greatest
tour.
shows that we've ever played.
In Australia, yeah.
Mhm. The fans were just unbelievable, and just Australia in general was just amazing.
Okay, so true or false, in Australia, the toilet water flushes the other way,
does.
counterclockwise. It
True.
does.
It's awesome.
And they have half
There you
flushing,
go.
which they have some places here, but it's like every toilet half flushes to
Half
save
fu-
water.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
To suit
sure.
your
You
needs.
can choose which one you want to go with.
Nice.
And we'll leave it right there.
And we'll leave it there, exactly.